It's the kid, 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 man. Look, man, impromptu. I know what's happening with the Barcelona, but hey, guys, I'm here. I'm here with my typical meal, the brown bread, the hummus, and feel free to ask your boy anything. Feel free to ask your boy anything, man. This is your place for you to do whatever the heck you want, whatever the heck you want, man. Come and ask me anything. 30 minutes of just chill out. 30 minutes, come in, chill out your boy, do your thing before we go into that Sunday hangout bonanza, man. And yes, I've heard about Messi. Okay, I know. Go talk about him later on, man. But this is just a chill out session, relaxed, laid back, nothing too deep. I can come in and ask me anything. Ask your boy anything. For 30 minutes, while I eat, while I dine, anything, non-football. All I ask, and I beg of you that please make it non-football, just non-footballing questions. There's so much stuff to talk about life. COVID, Russia, your boy Navalny, Putin's trying to say what's up. Putin is trying to say what's up. So all these things, please feel free, come in, ask an answer. Do you watch kickboxing? I don't, but I knew somebody who did do kickboxing. I don't. And the real combat sports that I watch are what's it called? Boxing, and maybe I do UFC. Maybe UFC, but mainly boxing is what I really do, man. So that's my thing, man. So guys, remember, anything apart from football, man. Do you think COVID will ever go away, HH? Do I think COVID will ever go away? Somebody asked me this before, and for me, I think that, you know what? How does COVID go away? You know, it's the same thing like AIDS. Once AIDS came, it just never went away. So with a virus, how do you get rid of it? Especially if the virus is now evolving and manifesting into new things. My feeling is that we have to just readjust our lives completely. That our lives have changed. They're not going to be the way that they were before, and it's a whole new world. It's a whole new world. And you're just going to have to accept that it is a whole new world. You're going to have to accept that stuff has changed. Big time. Stuff has changed big time. And I think, you know, I've stopped trying to say, oh man, when COVID ends. I say, if you prepare yourself for the worst, you'll always be prepared. I say, stay prepared. Always stay prepared. If you say, oh my gosh, when this thing, when by when? Says who? This is what it is. This is the reality, is COVID. So if you just readjust your life that COVID is always going to be here, you'll be good. But if you now start to say, oh my gosh, when COVID goes and it doesn't go, remember when COVID first hit, we thought it was going to be a few months. They said, okay, a few months, lockdown, March, April. We're now almost approaching a year. Almost approaching a year since we've had this thing. I don't think COVID is going, man. And my thing, because I remember I was even thinking about this when I went to the shop. People say, oh my gosh, it's just a hoax. They want to keep us in and so forth. Can you tell me one freaking good reason how COVID can benefit a government? You tell me. England lives and thrives on the pubs. Pubs. That is the lifeblood of England. I walk down the street, pop, close, 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 close. It is a total mindfuck for a place like England if you close all that stuff, man. So I don't know, bro. Um, um, I wanted to do a video on this, and I might do a video on this, man, because I had a general idea, but didn't know what the key idea. So I watched Joe Budden podcast, and they got a guest on who was like a financial guy, just to explain in better detail what this whole thing is about. And numbers, people. If enough people come together from a common cause, they can't be beaten. The issue is, can everyone come together for a common cause, which is the difficulty. But everybody comes together for a common cause, they are unbeatable. People are unbeatable. So what that showed is, first of all, what I always knew, because I mean, you need to watch a film called Wall Street by Oliver Stone with Charlie Sheen. These guys have been crooked. That's all those guys you see in suits, those corporates, those corporate guys. You think that they play by the rules? No. To be that rich and to be that big guy, it's about not playing by the rules. It's about finding loopholes in the system and manipulating it in your favor. So what people have realized is that, oh my gosh, through the power of the internet, through the power of social media and software apps like Reddit, if you come together to generate activity and generate interest for a particular stock, we can rise that thing up. So what this now shows, which is what the guy was saying, is that, my God, man, people can just be like, all right, because as I said, okay, Nokia, BlackBerry, let everybody go to this group, start talking about BlackBerry, generate interest, and then boom. Because he said that if you had put like $100 on GameStop like a year ago, I think they said 100 like 1,000, you'd be a millionaire now. Insane. So because he was just saying, basically all these corporate guys, they purposefully try to shorten a stock and then they gain money off it, because they say that you don't just make money by a stock doing well, you also make money by a stock plummeting and doing badly. And these guys manipulate it where they put out a report that shows, okay, man, this thing is going down, and they get their friends and cohorts to now place a bet on the stock going down and shorting, and they then make money off of that, which again, you're not playing by the rules, because I mean, though it's almost like the nature of competition. The nature of competition, the nature of playing the stocks is, hey, I never know. I'm going to put this in because I believe. But if you're like, no. It's like betting. When you bet, you just don't know. I think, I believe. But if you're like, oh, no, it's all rigged. So you're not even betting, because you put this in, I'm rigging the system to ensure that you will win. And that just completely destroys the very spirit of what the stocks are supposed to be about, Aren't you worried about this vaccine mandatory? Not the vaccine is you can't force anyone to take a vaccine. You can't. That's so if your country is forcing you can say that's an invasion of my human rights. You can't. You cannot be forced to take any medication. That is against your human rights. It can't be. But what they may do is that you want to walk here, you need to take the vaccine. You want to fly in this plane, you need to take the vaccine. You want to come into this party, into this building, you want to come into this concert, you're going to take the vaccine. So the screeners for you that if you don't do, they come in. But the notion of everybody, it's not by law, you have to take the vaccine. You can't do that. You cannot be forced to take any medication unless you live in an authoritarian state. No, okay. So if you live in an authoritarian state, dictatorship, then that's basically. If let's say this is North Korea, then okay, it is what it is. But if you live in a democracy, You can't be forced to take any piece of medication. That is down to you. That is down to you. Hence why all of the people are saying, okay, no, it's safe, this is good, and they're just trying to get people. So why would they be having advertisements to try to um, make people feel comfortable or have them give them confidence that this vaccine is safe and it will help turn the tide on the coronavirus? That's what they're saying. But you should be left to your own devices as an individual to be like, well, I don't feel it's safe, so I don't want to take it because I'm not sure what the side effects are. Because I don't know everything. Even if a scientist says, a doctor says, oh no, but it does this, I don't give a crap whether you're a freaking doctor and he says, so that's my thing there, man. From Mr. Ahmed, do you think racism will ever leave football, HH? No, never will. It will always be part of football because whenever certain fans get angry, they will always go to racism. How can you remove that? No, it can't be removed. I think racism can be removed from stadiums, though. If you put enough harsher penalties and so forth, you can make it to a state where it's not in your interest to be racist. But not just to remove racism in football in general, so specifically like social media and so forth. No, particular guys, when they get angry, and there's a player who is, let's say, he's black, he's Jewish, he's Arabic, then they will point, okay, what's about this guy can I do to insult him? Okay, he's got red hair or he's fat and so forth. So I can't, it's not just enough for me to insult him. I've got to really look at something about him to really make my insults cut even deeper. And that's just the reality. That's just the reality of the matter. But no, it's never going to leave, man. No way, man. That thing is never going to leave. No way, Jose. No way, Jose. Let's just see. What is the number one film of the 70s? Ooh, that's quite a deep question. Number one film of the 70s. Let me name a few. Go look at both Godfathers. Go look at Apocalypse Now. Taxi Driver. Rocky. Network. Superman 1. Alien. But if I had to just pick one as like a film, it might have to be Godfather 2. It might have to be Godfather 2. Like that is what you call a masterpiece. Because when you watch it, you're like, okay, this is just cinematically, technically, it's operating it's just operating a whole other level. Like Taxi Driver is amazing. Rocky is is one of the most iconic films ever made. Star Wars is good in its own right, but I can't put Star Wars as one of the best films of that decade. Like it's just good in terms of its achievement for cinema with regards to special effects and everything, but it's not even in the same ballpark as Apocalypse Now, the Godfather films, Taxi Driver, Network, and so forth. But I'm going to say Godfather 2. Godfather 2 is just it's another level of filmmaking, like looking at the past, viewing the present, the performance of De Niro, the performance of Pacino, the performance of Robert Duvall, just the level of storytelling that was involved. And I don't think you'd ever seen storytelling to that extent of where you're telling someone's life, both in the past and in the present, to that kind of scope. So, yeah, Godfather 2 for me, I think is the best film of that decade, man. Can you believe socialism can ever work in the Western world? No, it can't. Um, there is too much money to be made in the Western world, specifically with internet, media. Too much money is to be made, and I think, especially in this world, we are even we the world is more entrepreneurial, more so than ever. There are more entrepreneurial opportunities in this world than there were a long time ago, and socialism is the antithesis to the entrepreneur. You know, so the whole idea of I have a talent and I want to be able to do, and I'm able to earn what I earn and keep what I keep as an individual. So I want to be able to receive what I feel I deserve for my talents and for my hard work and for my industry. Socialism sort of kills that. Like you see, capitalism ideally makes sense. Capitalism in practice is flawed. I think that's what I always said. I said that if the perfect system for me is capitalism where everybody has the same opportunity. The issue is that capitalism in practice is not everybody has the same opportunities. So stuff is rigged, and there are people who rig the system. There should be a way in which we all have access to the same kind of education, all opportunities. So now it's down to, so we're all on a level playing field with regards to opportunities. So therefore, the winners are those who are the smartest and those who are able to work the hardest. The hard workers, the smart people, the cunning people, the most creative people, and so forth. I think that is definitely the way to go. But yeah, socialism in today's world, it could never work, man. No way. You see, and that's the thing. You can be an entrepreneur and earn as much as you want in a social. We'll just put very high taxes, and that's the thing, is that for some people they say, okay, you're giving me high taxes. What are you doing with these taxes? Are these taxes really helping the country as a whole? And there's people that feel like because not wanting to be taxed is selfish, because again, I think, for a country to sort of move forth, everybody has to try to chip in. But then the businessman can be like, okay, are you using a portion of my money to help people who aren't as hardworking as me, who don't put in the same kind of effort in it as me, and are just sort of like abusing the system and abusing the benefit system and so forth? So for me, I'm like, shit, that's messed up. So do you think existence is a simulation? I think this could be like a really weird dream. I think who knows, we could just be in a really weird odd dream. And I just think that all of these theories are just kinds of ways in which we're trying to explain where we are. People need to understand that as human beings, we are bricks. Think about it. We're just a bunch of creatures that exist on a third rock from the sun. We don't even know 50% of what's inside like our own oceans and our own waters right now. So I don't think we have a freaking clue what existence is. We don't have I don't think our brains can even begin to comprehend what existence is, because the stuff is so much bigger than us. It is so much bigger than us. It's just that when we live in this world, we think that we're the center of the universe and everything revolves around us and so forth. But when you think about it and just think of how minuscule we are and how insignificant you are in comparison to the universe, that is what will humble you. So this celebrity who has like millions and millions of followers and so forth, they're freaking insignificant. They're not even a freaking speck in this galaxy. Forget the Milky Way or the universe, in a freaking speck. So as I said again, I have no freaking idea what existence is. I'm not sure. So yes, I believe in the concept of a God. Yes, I believe in prayer and so forth. But if you tell me, okay, what is life? What exactly is life? How the hell should I know? I can't just base it off a book, because I'm like, who wrote that book? Who wrote the book? I need clear evidence of the person who wrote the book, and I need to interview and talk to the person who wrote this Bible, who wrote this Quran, who wrote this Torah. Where did these teachings come from? Because I cannot believe another human being. I'm sorry. Because as another human being, you're in the same position as I'm in. What makes you where you're the same creature as me, what makes you more knowledgeable as to how this world came to be than myself? How? We are around billions of years ago, 3 billion years ago, 5 billion years ago. The science experiment. What? Come on, bro. Fuck out of here. Okay, let's just see. With the new president in the US, do you feel the system will change or remain the same? It will change in some ways, but overall it will remain the same. I think somebody even put it this way: that, of course, with regards to America, I think it will somewhat change, But with regards to internationally, I think they're just setting norms, and they're just setting mainstays in kind of America, where every president follows the same kind of rule book. So people think it is going to be a massive seismic change. Because again, you say to yourself that, was there a massive change between George Bush Jr. and Obama? Now, Trump is a crazy extreme. So I think you're going to notice more of a change with Biden than with Obama, because I think that Trump was way more extreme than Bush was. But people think that Biden coming in and, he's going to cure racism, cure world hunger, and bring everybody together and so forth. No, like Biden is a career politician. Okay, politicians are lying, conniving, deceitful people. They deceive. That's what they do. They thrive off deceiving. So you cannot believe for 1 second a politician is here to genuinely make your life better. A politician is there to do politics and to stick his name in history. It's like, damn it, I'm president. My name is in history. I will always be remembered for as long as this world goes through. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Saints on Newark for sure, man. David, what's David's question? Let's see. I mean, man, I'm trying to look for one, man. I saw one that was good. Is the PS5 controller the best looking controller of all time? Can it ever be beaten in terms of looks? Interesting question, dear sir. Is the PS5 the best looking controller of all time? Can it ever be beaten in terms of looks? I've seen it, but until I hold it, the best controller is still the PS2. So what they say, especially the PS2, PS3, that is still, for me, I say, because I'm not a big fan of the massive thingy on the PS4 controller. So the PS3, PS2 controller, that is still the best controller of all time. The worst controller of all time is probably the N64 controller. That thing was a complete mess. Underrated controller is the actually this one. This isn't too bad. This isn't too bad because this is almost like the perfect kind of size where it's not too big, it's not too small. I think the PS3, PS2 controller, it's nice and compact. Like the first Xbox controller was literally a huge brick. But the 360 and this Xbox One, it feels nice. It feels really, really nice. This just feels really nice, man. It feels really nice, man. I won't lie, man. It feels really nice. But yeah, I need to hold it. Until I hold it, then I won't be able to No. Hamza, it's Hamza. Tips for friends in your life that are interested but play hard to get, not in a negative way though. How should a brother act? Um, so obviously I'm assuming this is a female friend. I'm assuming this is a female friend. I always say to you that the key thing, speaking to females and so forth, is you never be desperate. Women can sniff desperation from 3 billion miles away. Once you're desperate, you've lost. Once you're desperate, they have you, and then they will just be able to easily control you. You've always got to play cool. If they play hard to get, you've got to play cool. So if you're interested, you want to show interest, but not too much interest. You see, I always say the key to life, in almost any situation, the key to life is balance. Be interested, but not to be too interested. You know, um, show your love, but don't show too much of your love. Keep everything in moderation. So I think if you play it cool and you play it measured and so forth, that is always the best, because I think a major turn off for women is desperation. That's a huge turn off. And I think women appreciate somebody who you know that they want you, but they don't. But they even play hard to get as well. They don't even put everything out there. But just little seeds here and there, man. So everything in moderation, man. Everything in moderation. Let me be real with you. Pineapple. Pineapple on pizza works. You see, for me, I used to eat pineapple a lot when I was younger. Then I then stopped. And I think, you see, for me, it's not supposed to work. Pineapple on pizza is not supposed to work, but it does, because I used to because basically my pizza thing was, I think I began with tuna pizza, then I went to Hawaiian, then I went to pepperoni, and then when I then stopped eating meat, I then sort of now went with them like scissors, basically like peppers and so on. But when I used to eat Hawaiian and so forth, the pineapple, it works because what the thing about it is that it is such pineapple is such an aggressive taste, and such a sweet aggressive taste, that when it's mixed in with the kind of the mixture of cheese, tomato, and so forth, it somehow works, and it just gives it an interesting weird kick. So I can understand that people that don't like it. Like for me, it's like I just like the Ninja Turtles. I hate anchovies, mushrooms, anchovies. Get that off my pizza. But one thing that has to be on every pizza I have, and this is without fail, I always tell the guys, you must put jalapenos. I cannot eat a pizza without jalapenos. I don't care what's on the pizza. The pizza must have jalapenos. That for me that is the most essential topping for me. Yeah, throw in my green peppers, red peppers, onions, extra cheese. Jalapenos for me is the most essential part of any pizza. Hugely essential, man. Um, Favorite basketball player. Oh, I think people know this. It's why I follow the Magic, Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway. That is why the Magic on my team. He's the first player that I liked. First player that I was really into back in the 90s, and then because of him, I followed the Orlando Magic, man. So Penny Hardaway has always been my dude. Obviously, it's a weird one. It's not like the obvious one, like Jordan, Kobe thingy. But yeah, and that's just how it is. Same thing I say with Chelsea. What's got me to Chelsea was Zola. A very particular kind of player. Same thing, Penny Hardaway. Just the way he played the game. Just for me, that just attracted me to it. And yeah, look, Magic, like that was pretty much their best team. Like when they had Dwight Howard, they were never beating the Lakers, man. But when it was Penny and Shaq, that was the freaking team. And that was when that is their best ever team. But it's unfortunately not pop up for them. But then you say to yourself, if Shaq had stayed with the Magic though, and he hadn't have moved, I think Magic could have done something, man. So how doable would it be for one to get by in Japan for a year or more, only knowing English until learning the language? My friend did something similar. I mean, he knew a few Japanese words, but he actually went to Japan, and I don't know. I think he spent a few. I think he spent like a month or something to learn Japanese. Um, it's doable because, especially if you're in Tokyo, it is doable. Because for me, like I knew what did I know in Japanese? Oh, daijobu, okasa, otasa, sumimase, origato saimasu, hi, subalashi. That's it. So I knew maybe about 6, 7 words, and it was fine, because I think that the Japanese they can sense foreigners and so forth, and the especially if you go to like Osaka, the countryside of Kyoto, it could be a bit tricky. But if you're in like Tokyo, like one of in the big cities, oh my gosh, you'll find guys that speak English because American culture is so prevalent there and so forth that they will have guys that speak English. So it is very doable. It is very, very doable, man, for sure. It is very doable. Um, uh, Best Japanese movie. Not counting anime, Battle Royale. If you're counting anime, um, it's going to be Akira. If you can't say anime, it's going to be Akira. But non counting anime, Battle Royale. I mean, Battle Royale is a super, super, super movie, man. It's a super, super movie, man. Um, yeah, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl. Because I think there's a very interesting narrative there of old versus young. Because I think if if um, if Tom Brady wins that, I think that's a massive dub. That's a massive dub. If he wins that at his age, that is a humongous dub, a humongous freaking dub, man. So I am going to be tuned into that. And I think what's going to say so basically Pat Mahomes. So the Kansas City Chiefs have only won two Super Bowls, and the Super Bowl they won last year. Before that, the last time they won it was 50 years ago. So I think if basically it's going to be big. So if Tom Brady wins it, it's like, wow, this is one of the great sporting achievements. If Pat Mahomes defends the title, then you're perhaps looking at a guy start doing a dynasty for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I always see, for me, I love the David story. And I always love when teams win for the first time when they've hardly ever won. So I think that is just a great thing if he can actually build a dynasty for Kansas City Chiefs and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give you this, that. Similar to what Jordan did with the Bulls. The Bulls have only won 6 titles, and those are all with Michael Jordan. Cleveland, I think, was that the first that the Cavs won, or was that the second that they won? Was that the? I think it might have been the second. The one that LeBron won might have been the second. I don't know whether it was the first. Second one. Yeah, man. A World Cup without fans will be wild, man. A World Cup without fans will be wild. Nah, that'll be wild. Like that's why we're still a ways away. So hopefully by 2022, we'll be able to pop off. Because if we're still socially distancing, if we're still not allowed to be in big crowds by December 2022, fuck me twice. That's gonna be wild, man. That's gonna be wild. Okay. Cavs won it before. Damien, thanks for that. Cavs won it before. Favorite tennis player. That's it. That's a tough. I mean, obviously, the best of all time is Federer, but just personal favorites. Personal favorite. You know what? I was a fan of Sampra. I really liked Monfils, Gay Monfils. Like, that, because I just like. So, I mean, it's for differences. I think I like Monfils because of the style he brings. I liked Ivanisevic because of his serve. So I just liked the power that Ivanisevic had. Monfi, I just liked the style that he brought to the game. And just Serena, just based on her impact on the game and just how she just beat the living crap out of the other ladies there, So I think I'll say Serena, Ivanisevic, Monfi. I swear, am I forgetting someone? I swear I'm forgetting someone. I swear there's some. I can't remember. Yeah, I know there's another person that I'm forgetting, but I can't remember who. Um. Oh yeah, Lupin. Yeah. I've seen it, but not sure. One South American country to visit and why? For me, I say to me, it has to be Brazil. Just based on my family connection, based on the woman as well. And I just think it has a lot of culture because it's like a country that has a lot of connection to Africa, specifically Nigeria and so forth, like the Yoruba people. And I just think that's when you just think about the samba music, and just the vibrancy there. I think it's definitely one to visit. I want to visit also the kind of old Azteca monuments and so forth. I think that's in Mexico. So that's another thing that I want to ride through, man. Oh no. Oh yeah. I'm going to be canceling it soon, man. Don't worry. I'll be canceling it very soon, man. Best cuisine ever and why? Who makes the best foods? And I'm always biased because I say like Nigeria make amazing meals, man. Let me know like Nigeria make amazing meals. Let's just keep it a stack, okay? I don't want to be like this, but Nigeria make amazing meals. But apart from Nigeria, if a family friend took me to a Sri Lankan restaurant, and Sri Lankan food is really really good. India is good. Lebanese is good. People keep telling me that I should try Ethiopia. See, I need to really expand more, but the ones I know of is Indian, Westernized Chinese, Sri Lankan, Lebanese, and of course Nigerian for sure. Oh no, Darren, not yet. Not yet, but I am thinking of doing so. I just need to just double check exactly how much these clowns want to charge me for, and then I may have to pull the plug. I may have to pull the plug, man. I'm going to cancel this because it's going to be they're raising the price. If you're raising the price and so basically, if you raise the price and you give me quality stuff, it's fine. Because really for Netflix, to be honest, Amazon Prime probably has a better selection of films right now than Netflix. Because Prime keep adding really, really good films on the repertoire. And for Netflix, you're looking a bit funny in the lights, man. Looking a bit funny in the lights. Metallica or Megadeth? Metallica. Not heard too much from Megadeth, but from Metallica, I think they have better riffs, much better riffs. And I actually one of the best rock songs for me is "I Disappear" by Metallica, which was on the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack. Amazing song, which is like that's like on my playlist. Favorite documentary? I wouldn't say there's some really good ones, man, but I'm not sure whether I have like a favorite one. Like Bowling for Columbine is amazing. Fahrenheit 911 is amazing. I've forgotten. There's one that Ava DuVernay did on Netflix about the prison system and so forth. I've forgotten what it's called. That one is really good as well. But yeah, I think Michael Moore really. I think he's made documentaries and arts. He's made some arts. Oh, Bilbao Equalized. Oh. So that's the thing, man. But yeah, because for me, see, I'm not a documentary fan. You know, I prefer to view films that have like a fictional narrative, because for me, it's like I already know that the world is effed up. Why do I need a film to try and tell me about why the world is effed up, man? You know, I don't need that, man. So that's my thing, man. Scorsese or Spielberg? Good question. Scorsese or Spielberg? For me, I say Spielberg, you know, in almost every way, because Spielberg is more versatile. Scorsese is damn good, and I think, but Scorsese works for a particular kind of film and particular kind of genre of film. Spielberg can give you war movie, he can give you historical drama, he can give you adventure, he can give you sci-fi, he can give you action, he can give you big budget events. He can do so many different stuff. It's like, has Scorsese ever made an amazing war movie? Has he ever made an amazing alien invasion film? Has he even ever made a sci-fi film? You know, so for Spielberg, that's why Spielberg is the GOAT, because Spielberg is able to walk into all of these different genres and pretty much max them out. Like, what's the name of this film? Oh gosh, why am I forgetting the name of this sci-fi film? Oh gosh, why am I forgetting the name of this film? With Spielberg and Tom Cruise. Spielberg, Tom Cruise, sci-fi. Minority Report. Thank you. Like, Minority Report is one of the best sci-fi films ever. That is a freaking amazing film. That is a freaking amazing film. You know, like, I just got watching Indiana Jones. Like, I just go watching Indiana Jones, man, and Indiana Jones is, I think, is quality, man. So, that's the thing, is like, Spielberg is see, the only weakness of Spielberg is he is too nice of his own good. He can't really get into that kind of the real darkness and edgy, because he's not a very edgy guy, you know. So the kind of places and depths that's like a Coppola goes to, or the depths that like a Ridley Scott can go to, he cannot really go there, you know. So it's like, for me, just like like, you look at Blade Runner, man. Blade Runner, like, goes to serious depths, man. Like, that thing is really huge, man. No, Darian, man, I'm off pepperoni now. But when I used to eat pepperoni pizza was freaking amazing. Pepperoni pizza was absolutely amazing. Like, but I'm now on fuck, what do I do? Sizzler. So it's what's it called? Like, peppers, onions, all this kinds of stuff, man. That's what I roll with now, man. So, yeah, but beyond that, it's not my thing, not my thing. How underrated is Rami Malek, and does he have the potential and a high ceiling still to reach? You see, Rami Malek, see, I'm not putting on like my actor's brain now. I think we've already seen the best of Rami Malek. I think he's a particular kind of actor that does a very basically for me, Rami Malek is almost like Paul Dano, where they can do a specific character and a specific kind of thing. Like can they do that very well. I don't think that he can venture too much out of a particular paradigm that he operates in. So I don't think that we're going to now see Rami Malek now enter into a different gear or like do a performance that's just like, whoa, geez, wow. Like you look at someone like a Seymour Hoffman, he just took off, because he was doing, a few roles here and there, like, and he was just like, okay, this is like an all right guy. Then he was just down doing these crazy roles, and then he then did freaking Capote, and guys like, oh shit, where did this come from? This is from the early days, But there is something about Rami Malek though, where like, it does feel as if there might be another crazy performance hidden there. There might be another crazy performance hidden there, man. So, so it's a thing, man. But like Seymour Hoffman, man, that guy was a freaking crazy actor. Like again, you look at something like the Master, Brick movie. I wasn't a fan of the film, not a fan of the director, so didn't know what the heck the story was. But what an amazing pair of performances by both of those dudes, man. So go Power Rangers. Do go Power Rangers. The best Power Rangers. Well, the best Power Rangers things was the very first one, which is one that obviously that I saw. Obviously, the best Power Ranger is one that had the toy, which is Billy, which is the Blue Ranger, the dude with the glasses, So it's so funny. So the Black Ranger was black. The Pink Ranger was the girl. The Yellow Ranger was the Asian lady, man. Freaking hilarious, man. Absolutely hilarious, man. Mr. Motivation. Psychological thrillers. Oh, you must have watched Seven, so that's out there. Another good one, but the guy who wrote Seven is 8mm with what's this guy's name? So 8mm, it's with Nicolas Cage. Another good psychological thriller is Phone Booth, directed by the late Joel Schumacher with Kiefer Sutherland and Colin Farrell. Another good one is, I think I put it on the website, Angel Heart. That's really psychological and very visual with Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro. So that's the thing, man. That's the thing, man. Do you really rate Nicolas Cage? No, I don't. But he has his uses. But I don't think he is. I don't really think Nicolas Cage is really as good as he thinks he is. I mean, his best performance is Leaving Las Vegas and Snake Eyes. Those are his best performances. But apart from that, because he's a very weird actor. Like he's really weird, man. He's really weird, man. You see, American Psycho, I wouldn't call it a real psychological thriller. I think it is like a dark comedy. That's what I think. American Psycho is a dark comedy, more so. So, and really, American Psycho is just where Christian Bale just goes to town, But this is what I say. People say that is his best performance. Christian Bale's best performance is Equilibrium. I don't know how many guys would have seen it, but his best performance is in Equilibrium. He is excellent in that film. He's absolutely excellent. Also, it is one of the best action films you'll ever see. Equilibrium, a freaking amazing film. But his performance in that film, Equilibrium, is amazing, man. It's absolutely amazing, you know. Um, but yeah, I'm not really like a because I mean Nick Cage, he's there, which is it's the same thing as this. I mean, like before we round up, maybe I'll give him about five more minutes now. You see, Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt isn't a very good actor, but you put him in the right role, he can use his character and charisma and do something, But he's not a very good actor. Almost similar to like Will Smith. But I think that, yeah, I think Brad Pitt and Will Smith are similar. Give Will Smith the right role, he'll be freaking amazing. Will Smith in Men in Black that is one of the best performances I've seen in a film based on a role that you're given, where this guy was born for the role, where I don't think anybody else could play the role as Will Smith did in Men in Black, because that role was tailor-made for Will Smith. The wisecracks, the deliverance of the wisecracks, the you just sort of the kind of aura you have, and just what was called for that character was amazing. But you put Will Smith in a proper film. So yeah, again, you put Brad Pitt in a 12 Monkeys, or you put him in a Fight Club where he has to be, funny and a bit quirky and off the wall, he can walk. But I watched Curious Case of Benjamin Button recently. Kate Blanchett freaking lubricated him. Kate Blanchett wiped the floor with Brad Pitt in that film, man. Guy was not that good, man. Josh, this is a non-football discussion. This is a non-football discussion. Bro, Seven is one of the best. In my opinion, it's one of the best films I've ever seen in my life. Seven is one of the most. I don't know because I just assume that loads of guys have seen Seven. I might do a watch. I might do a watch, man. Maybe I'll put this out there on Twitter. That's how many people haven't seen Seven, and I'll probably do a watch for people who haven't seen Seven. Seven is an incredible film, absolutely incredible. Just a superb film, superbly crafted film. Oh, Josh, wait, Josh, have you invested? No, I didn't invest. Man. I didn't invest, man. So basically, so Mondays where people are getting paid. Oh wow. There's like favorite MCU film. Favorites is it's easy. It's Captain America: First Avenger. Like it's my ringtone. Like my phone ringtone is the Captain America theme song. So yeah, that movie, that movie. That's my jam. That's my jam, dog. That's my jam. But I think you see, if it's essential films that you have to watch, you simply just have to watch. I think you have to watch The Matrix. You have to watch. You got to watch The Matrix. You have to watch Seven. You have to watch. You've got to watch Saving Private Ryan. You've got to watch Apocalypse Now. I don't think you've got to watch like they just said like you've got to watch Star Wars. You just have to, whether you like the movie or not. You just have to watch Star Wars. You have to watch Seven Samurai. Seven Samurai might be the most influential film of all time. You have to watch Seven Samurai. Truman Show. That's another essential film you have to watch. Truman Show is another big film you've got to watch. Yeah, I think just off the top of my head, those are, and and I think it's but you've got to watch Battle Royale. Battle Royale is a brilliant film, man. It's a brilliant film. Oh wow, Jacob's Ladder is big as well, man. Like Jacob's Ladder is what you call a trippy film, man. Trippy film. I can almost do it. I might do a video on this just to explain why I found Thanos ultimately disappointing. Just because I just think that the way he was built up and the Thanos that we saw in the trailer was not the Thanos that we got, man. So that's my thing, man. You know, the Thanos that we got, it wasn't the same dude, bro. It was not the same dude. Like, nah. Like, my biggest issue was he just talked and talked and talked and talked, man. So, nah, man, I wasn't on the fan, man. Guys, I'm out. I'm going to prepare for this Sunday hangouts. I may do more of these open discussions. I may make these things like really, really late in the night, man. Late in the night, and just have like really late night discussions. So see who stays up really super late to have a nice discussion. Maybe me and Machine will bring back a top 10. So guys, peace out, stay true. Like if you're new, subscribe. If you're new, subscribe. If you're new, because this channel is where I just post up random shit. So peace out, stay true. One love.